First, I want to thank everybody for coming here today. I really, it means a lot to us. My wife, my kids, my daughter, the family. You guys said, I'm a strong believer of cup half. My daughter believer of cup half empty. I am a strong believer of it takes a village to raise a child. And I really, that's how I felt, over the years, and it does. It takes the uncles, the grandparents, the friends, the cousins. It takes everybody to raise a child, to put him at the stage where they're at right now. And Cadence, I think that's an example. Everybody's played a big role, from complimenting her, from supporting her, right? My role is more of, again, I call myself the pit bull. I'm the one, Cadence, stop doing that. Cadence, go do your homework. Stop using your fingers to count, right? But yet she made it to calculus, and she still uses her fingers to count. So that's pretty amazing, I was going to use the ChatGPT to help me build a speech, but it didn't. And I felt like I was going to cheat. So I still kind of used it, but I forgot to bring it up. So, but you know what? The cup half empty. That's something I keep telling kids. I always tell her, kids, you always look at things with the cup half empty. And a lot of you guys will say, wow, that's good, right? And I thought about that. Every time I tell her, I use that little saying to motivate her to keep going, keep going. But the truth of the matter is that she's not a cup half empty. And if she does look at things that way, it's because she feels that there's more to do. There's always, there's the bar. To her, the bar's up here. My bar's over here, right? I used to tell her, hey, I get C's. You can't get lower than C's. Then I had to go back to school and get B's, and then you can't go lower than B's. And I mean, just keep going. But her, she's always been up here, and it shows, right? She went to high school. She went to college courses, at the sophomore year. We didn't think she was going to get associates. She'd get pushing it. 11th grade, she's like, oh shoot, I can get the associates. I can keep, getting that bar. I can hit that bar, and she did it. So she graduated, she finished her college classes at Norco College. She never did give me my shirt, and I kept asking her to give me a shirt, but she never did, or a cap. But she kept pushing herself, and she finished it. So she finished her associate's degree during high school, and then she went to UCR, and she insisted in dorming, even though I said, why? You're only 30 minutes away. And she was like, Dad, you promised if I work real hard, I can go to college. I go, yeah, you can go drive over to college, right? Because she wanted to dorm there. So you saw some of those pictures that are popping up later on where she's dorming, right? She's getting the little, fill up that Barney truck that her grandpa has, and take all those bins over there, and she wanted a dorm. And we did that for her, right? Her mom did that for her. So the cup half empty, right? She had a higher bar, and she went, and then she goes, hey, you know what? I got in through the honors program, and we're like, okay, what does that mean? It means, does it mean that you get your honors classes or something? She goes, no, Dad, it means it's an extra year. Oh shit, I've got to pay for an extra year, right? So she's doing it, and she has to sign up for extra classes. We have to pay for those extra classes. But then she also has to do research, right? Something about a capstone. Her mom knows more about that, because she was very involved, by the way. And a lot of my daughters, success, it's her mom. I feel like she played a major role. So she did with a capstone, in her field, which is nice, right? But she almost didn't make it because she, distracted and forgot to go get a mentor, right? And then she had to go at the last minute and get a mentor, and classes already started, and she had to get a waiver, but she did it. She pushed it, And unfortunately for me, she got in and she did that extra year, right? If not, we would have been celebrating last year. And but congratulations. Not a lot of people. I think it was about 100 students did that. So for the graduating class, only about 100 students are doing it. But that cup half empty. No, it's over here. That my bar's up here. So I see that. You see, my wife texted me some of this stuff. he told her join a club. Join the club, kiddies, go join the nursing club, join the medical club, join the Latino club, join the club. So she joined the first club was what was it called, kiddies? Hungry for biscuits or something like that. Okay, so she joined that club, and I'm like, what the heck? But she was involved and she was dedicated. Dad, I need a cooler. And here we go, buying her cooler. Dad, I need a wagon. We buy her a wagon, and she's active, right, in the club, and then she did the Hooks for Hope, and it's knitting, right? And I'm like, well, knitting, huh? Crochet. I was close. You see, that's how involved I am. Okay, the crochet, right? And she says, Dad, you know what? I'm co-president. Shoot, co-president, and I'm like, yeah, Dad. So you need to make banners for me. So I go and I make banners, and I go make posters, and right. And what do you want? I don't care. Dad, just make them for me. Make them for me. And I'm like, all right, me go back to my graphic design days, and I get the banners made, and I get the posters made, and I take it to her, and she uses it twice, and then she goes, Dad, we changed our logo. Because we have higher standards, Dad, and I'm a co-president, and I want to hire, higher standards, and I want our club to look good. And you saw the logo somewhere out there, it popped up, right? And here we go make banners and go make posters, but she did say, no, Dad, you don't have to make banners. I go, okay, great. She goes, I need a tablecloth with my logo on it. So here I go buy a tablecloth with her logo on it, and high expectations, right? That bar, right? That cup half empty. She just raised it to that level. She did that. She also took, but she took that skill and she decided and going to take some nursing classes during the summer and get her entry level nursing, something like that, right? Doing summer while she's taking summer classes, and then she started getting a job at a senior citizen. I can't remember courses, research, nursing assistant, right? At a senior citizen, twice. But she has her clubs, she has her friends she wants to hang out with, and she has her activities at school. So what does she do? She gets a job, and she gets a graveyard job. So now she's over there at graveyard, working graveyard, and I'm like, kid, make sure you don't slack off and don't mess up in your school. And she doesn't. She did it. In the meantime, she's also going on the weekend, going to volunteer at Kaiser, to get some experience, see what route she wants to go, right? And again, he's doing all that stuff. In between there, she crashed her car into the garage door, and didn't tell me, right? And damaged the door, but thank you, Oscar, for fixing the garage door, and thanks, Mom, for fixing the car, right? So, in between all that stuff, she, she taught some classes, right, during the summer. No, actually, I'm sorry. She actually teaches classes. Kids get 1 credit, so at UCR. And what was your class, kids? What's it? Asian Ethics and Medicine. So she's over there. How many students? 20. And she had to do it for 1 semester, right? And one of the tassels that she has, represents that she was teaching that course, right? But she had to do it for 1 semester. But again, the bar, that cup half empty. Go, no, I want to do more. So she continued doing it, right? So not just 1 semester, let me do it extra. But now she just does it because she enjoys it. Okay, and there are some quotes, honors, nursing. I think I kind of covered a lot of this stuff, right? But the reason I remember these things is because, my wife. My wife is the one that's really, really, I would like to say, special. I thank everybody, right? Cousins, uncles. I really want to thank my wife. Because my wife was there, helping her with the applications, helping her making sure she has the stuff she needs for classes. 2 o'clock in the morning, seeing Lievmar, she's still at the library. What time is she gonna go home? 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, right? Jump starting her car because she, decided. Oh no, not jump starting. Just the other day she decided, hey, I don't need gas in this car. This car is almost electric, but she almost did it the last time she was home, but that one she almost left it empty, grind the brakes, okay, grind, really bad. Because when I went to go fill up the car, I realized, oh shit, this car has no brakes either, right? But then the other day she decided, hey, you know what, I'm just gonna park it, and leave the park it. But again, do I get mad at her? Not, because you know what, she's like that. You got my back. You don't have to worry about these things. I know you're there for me, and we are, right? But her mom's really the one that's there. Your mom. I really want to thank Amy. Because again, she's the one that's really. Thank you, everybody, and Cadence. Thank you. You made us proud.